easier for you. Okay, you ready? Off we go. Oof. can't see already. Okay, good morning. We are doing Dane Spur track to get up to Mount Terrible this morning. Never done this track before. And really small convoy today. All I've got is Zoe. No one else wanted to come. It's Anzac long weekend, and there were a few trips out last weekend. So this is the second kind of trip that the club I'm in have run. But anyway, it's me and Zoe. So we have camped down on Big River last night. There'll be vids for that. I've never been to this part. Enoch Point? I don't know how to pronounce it. That's what I'm going for. So now we're heading over to Jamison.
What's PRC turned off? Is that because I've got the downhill ascent control off?
What did you say? PRC?
TRC. It just says on my dash, it says TRC turned off.
TRC. I'm assuming that's traction control is off. So when I go into 4-low, I get a little swervy car symbol and off, which means my traction control is off.
Right, and then I've got a VIC disabled alarm thing as well.
What were the letters?
VSC.
Vehicle, I'm guessing, vehicle stabilization control or something. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, maybe I should read my manual.
Let's learn about our car while we're on a track. This looks fairly newly graded. Like, obviously not new. It's got areas where the rains run across the track. I can see that. But I don't know, so far it's not a very long track. I reckon this would be slippy in the wet, just because it looks like it's got all this soil stroke clay on the road. That bit's a bit rocky. Yeah, it could be a bit slimy in the wet. But so far, there's a hole there. No, good job. We're trying something new today. So I still have my love-hate relationship with my GoPro on the roof. But we've done a hodgepodge of gaffer tape, and I've bought a big cable which is running into the car, so hopefully that will help it not be an arse. It's quite nice, rocky. It's definitely rock underneath whatever the soil is on top. Yeah, so it's Anzac Day weekend, and I'll tell you what, so far it's pretty quiet. We drove in along Big River Road last night, yesterday afternoon, and Frenchman's was empty, chaffs, whatever you want to call it, empty, like so many spaces. I was expecting it to be rammed because it's a long weekend at the end of the Easter holidays, but nah, pretty empty. We've seen a load of people out deer hunting. Are you alright back there?
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, we've seen loads of deer hunters out, but not many other people. Now on rooftops, so what are we, nearly halfway along this track. It's only a short track, gets me onto Newmans, which will take me up to the top of Mount Terrible. This looks like a big ditch. That's fine. What was I saying? Marked on the map is a steep section. That's all it says. But the topography lines on the map are not that far apart. So fingers crossed it will be fine. It's nice to be back in the bush. Although if you watch my channel regularly, you know I've been in the UK and I didn't drive my mum's car that many times, but I keep trying to change gear while driving along, which is very weird. Like, it's amazing the kind of muscle memory you have, because obviously I drove a manual from the age of 17 when I passed my test. Ooh! That was a big one. But yeah, so oh no, I don't need to put the clutch in because I'm in an auto. Oh, you can see these little washouts are a bit more eroded, and this doesn't look as fresh in terms of grading. Not really sure what's down there. I cannot see the road. There we go. Okay. I also did a test last night and I slept in my son's swag, single swag, because it's quite a cold weekend. Wow, they've really gone to town stopping people driving up there. And I was actually warm. I was a bit worried I'd freak out because I'm used to a double swag, I'm used to all that room, and yes, I didn't really appreciate the lack of room, but I was warm and I had to have a little word to myself in the middle of the night because I did have a start of a, oh, I'm strapped. Like a moron. But it was fine. I think I'll probably sleep better tonight, having slept in it once already. Yeah, it's just I don't produce enough heat to warm up a double swag, and so I get cold. There was loads of condensation on the inside this morning, which I've never noticed in my double, but then obviously I'm cold in that. Anyway, it's a good fix for the winter, that's for sure. Okay, this apparently is the steep bit. What? Like, I'm right on where it's marked steep on the map. That is not at all steep. And it doesn't even look like it was graded anytime recently. So that's a little bit disappointing. I would say I was looking forward to a steep bit. Okay, so the steep bit on the map, you've just gone over it.
Right, that wasn't really steep.
Nah, I'm disappointed. I was like, yeah, right, come on, give me something interesting. And that was it. We're nearly at the end. There you go. Dane Spur. Easy. Easy, easy. And here is Newmans. So there you go. I'm not going to film Newmans because we're entering it halfway along. I'm just stopping. So I don't want to film half the track. Anyway, there we go. That was easy. Yep.